Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the messy truth behind corporate jargon. So buckle up because today we have a special kind of filing from Silver Point Specialty. Lending fund, are they lighting up the market or are they just another candle in the wind? Let's find out, get ready for some behind the scenes action as we decode how this fund is raising Cali, Shash, and what it really means for its future. Alright, so what we have here is a Form 8, which is basically a report for big events happening at a company between their regular financial checkups. So think of it as a quick bulletin board update from the corporate world. The main event seems to have happened around the 21st of October 2025, so let's dive into what went down. Now this is the juicy part. Item 3.02 is all about selling stock without the usual registration process. This often means they are selling to a specific group of investors or in a private deal rather than offering it to everyone on the stock market. So here is the deal. The fund sold over 1.7 million shares of its common stock. To some investors, the total amount they raked in is about $24.1 million. Each share went for around $14.17. This isn't a public stock offering like you might see with a big company going public instead. It looks like a targeted fundraising effort. This means they are likely raising money from existing shareholders or a select group of private investors who got in on the deal. They explained that this sale was exempt from the usual filing requirements because it was done through private agreements called subscription agreements. Now, this typically means they are selling to what regulators consider accredited investors, or through methods that allow for private transactions. These exemptions are designed to make it easier for companies to raise capital quickly without going through the length, an expensive process of registering every single share with the government. Think of it as a private handshake deal rather than a public auction. They're essentially saying they did their homework and followed the rules for these private sales. So what does this all mean for Silver Point Specialty Lending Fund on the surface? This is positive. They are successfully raising capital, which is crucial for a lending fund. They need money to lend out and to grow their business. The fact they secured over $24 million suggests there is confidence from the investors they approached this private fundraising can be a very efficient way to get funds without the complexities of a public offering. However, the flip side is that these are unregistered shares. This means not everyone has access to buy them, and the information available to investors might not be as extensive as with publicly traded stocks. For us watching from the outside, it also means less transparency compared to a company whose stock is traded on major exchanges. It is important to remember that lending funds operate in a market where managing risk is paramount, especially when raising capital through private. Means this move indicates they are actively financing their operations and potentially looking to expand their lending portfolio or invest in new opportunities. In conclusion, Silver Point Specialty Lending Fund is actively managing its capital and has brought in a significant amount of money through a private placement. This is a sign of operational movement and a potential growth strategy. However, the lack of broad public registration means the typical investor scrutiny is different for these shares. It's a company that is growing and seeking to fuel that growth, but it is always wise to understand the specifics of private placements and the investor protections that may differ from public markets. Alright, that is our quick decode of this Silver Point Specialty Lending Fund filing. What is your take on this private fundraising move and what it signals for the fund's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below if you found this quick dive insightful. Hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more straight up corporate analysis. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.